super producer Big Earn, of course Rasan, and we got Mad Dog on the one and twos. And you know it's about that time. It's Tuesday. It's about 8:06 in the morning. So you know that we got my man Michael Jefferson with Truth to Power. What's happening, my brother?
Good morning, Juan. Good morning, morning team.
Let's
morning,
go,
man.
Let's go.
Man, we already seem like we started.
Yeah.
I heard you, Juan.
Yeah, we started.
Yeah, this morning, though, I'm going to talk about this. There's been recent talk about Howard Schultz. He's the former CEO of Starbucks, billionaire. That's another story. And Senator Kamala Harris, both announcing that they will run for president. And many people, many are excited about both candidates. But I want to offer this one.
Yes.
Calm down. Calm
great.
down. Be patient and remember the rules on becoming a sophisticated voter. You can find those rules at
We got the rules.
movement.com. And I can go through all the rules, but I want to go through a couple of these rules.
Yes.
Rule number one, being an independent thinker. Malcolm X warned us if we were not careful, our enemies will have us walking east when we think we're walking west. He said they'll have us loving our enemies and hating our friends. To be an independent thinker is to think critically. Becoming an independent thinker demands that individuals team information presented so that we can the methodical interpretation of the facts. That's rule number one. Rule number two, all that glitters isn't gold. Simply because a candidate has name recognition doesn't mean he or she has earned the right to represent you or continue representing you. All candidates, regardless of their length of service or their popularity, must be thoroughly and properly vetted for the office he or she seeks. Rule number five, study each candidate's track record. This is very, very important. Every candidate has a track record. Your job is to find out the character, experience, accomplishments, allies, voting record, assuming they have one, what issues he or she has supported, who has supported this person in the past, who is putting money into that person's campaign. You know, Juan, when my kids were younger, I have two boys, they were younger, they're men now, and I used to ask them about their success in school, and they used to tell me, Dad, all I do is my homework, I listen, and I ask questions. Very simple rules to follow that adults should follow. And let me just say this, rule number 7, because this is very important. Don't become consumed by identity politics. I'm going to explain that. While identity politics will likely remain a feature in American politics for the foreseeable future, one must be aware of the dangers of such politics. To put it simply, while it is tempting for voters to vote for a candidate based on a shared ethnicity, religion, gender, history, etc., one should not forego these rules when deciding on a candidate to support. You understand? So my problem with Senator Harris as a former prosecutor is her track record on criminal justice, not to mention her foreign policy positions. My problem with Schultz is his position on health care. He thinks universal health care is a radical idea. Coming from a billionaire, well, take it for what it's worth. You understand? So his people are not afraid to get sick. We got millions of people out here who are afraid to get sick because they can't afford it. You understand? So the bottom line, we have to become more sophisticated in our approach to electoral politics. We have to stop jumping on bandwagons because everyone else is doing so. And here's the thing, not everyone who looks like us belong to us.
Okay.
Deal with that.
Truth to power. And you know what? Right now, it's early, so that means that you've got time to vet at least these first two.
Absolutely.
Start vetting.
Start vetting.
Start vetting. Brother, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Juan, for
Right
having
on
me.
point, brother.
Boom.
Keep it right here. Also, I want to just shout out, this young lady, who in fact, our attendance matters. I got to find, because she didn't hear it this morning. So I've got to find it. I'm looking for it right now, and I don't know where it is. But listen, we're gonna come back and give her shout because she I guess she was in the car or something, and she didn't really hear what I did for her. So we're gonna do it again. So stay right here. This is Juan Castillo. Oh, I found it. Okay, so Tamia